All right, man, peace. So, as all you brothers know by now, this Tyrese Gibson story is very big on the internet and just in mass media in general. Why is that? Because they're using the Tyrese breakdown as a signifier to all of the other demographics in this society that this is what you can do to the so-called black man. This is what must be done to the so-called black man in regards to him trying to exert any control over his family, particularly when he allows other aspects of his life to be put on a pedestal. That's known as idolatry. When you engage in idolatry, this is unerringly what happens to you. Okay? So what did Tyrese do? He allowed his career in the entertainment industry in Hollywood to be put on a pedestal. He felt like he couldn't be touched. He felt like these type of things couldn't happen to him. He put a woman on a pedestal, and he even put his child on a pedestal. And this is why he's having this mental breakdown publicly. And very, very foolishly, he's looking for sympathy. And I could have told him that there is no sympathy for the so-called black man from any demographic. And let me say this, nor should there be. Nor should there be. Because as I tell brothers incessantly, the only people who we should be looking to for support are each other. That's the main thing that has to be built up. But first, the code has to be established, the code of conduct, and the manner in which you carry yourself, the manner in which you think about yourself. These are all things that have to be addressed before we move forward towards any type of building or construction. The mindset of the black man has to totally be changed and recalibrated, and so that we can formulate what a ruling class mentality is and how to avoid situations like what we see with Tyrese Gibson, who's a man who's totally broken down and broken down in more ways than one. But I'm not going to go too far deep into that issue right now. I just want to focus on things that are more applicable and more palatable for the brothers who listen to my channel and these type of issues that are affecting brothers on an everyday basis. I've spoken a lot of these issues already, but of course, this is an opportunity to speak on them again. So let's see what Tyrese has to say.
The men that wake up every day, the men that wake up every day to focus on one thing.
That man let out that deep breath like he was singing Sweet Lady, Would You Be Mine? Look, people cry, they weep. You get caught up in different things that happen in your life. But we live in an age of public consumption. Everybody wants to live out their life on the internet. And that, to me, is what is mock-worthy. Not a man having a breakdown, not a man crying because of the issues that he is experiencing in life. But if you're dumb enough to put it on social media to look for sympathy and to look for attention, then you do deserve to be mocked, because to me that's not manly. You're not lacking in manhood because you weep. When you read the scriptures, King David wept, Christ wept. No. Where you lose man points with me is when you run on the internet looking for some type of mercy or sympathy from your enemies. And these people in this society, they are not friends to the so-called black man. I don't know how many times I have to say that. For some reason, he, strangely enough, is expecting these people to side with him on personal issues that he was supposed to have the mental acuity to foresee and to handle. Why these guys keep signing these marriage contracts, I have no idea. I've already spoken in the past that whenever a female gives birth to a child, there should be a mandatory paternity test. That child might not even be his. He don't even know. No, you never know. I mean, look at the film that I did the review on, The Family That Prays, with Sanaa Lathan, where she told the man that the baby wasn't even his and he thought it was his, and he was all emotional over that child. This man got a sweatshirt on with his daughter's name, Shayla Rocks. And look, I understand that, that's his daughter. He loves her. But you can't even put your daughter on a pedestal. You love your daughter. Everything in the flesh, all you can do is love it. You can't be in love with it. You cannot allow yourself mentally and spiritually to become so addicted to something that is fleshly that you start to put it on a pedestal and worship it. Right? He's trying to worship his daughter, or at least put out the image that he worships his daughter, so that he can get some form of attention and sympathy from the masses, because he understands intrinsically that the woman is venerated in this society. So he figures if people see how much he loves his daughter, then they'll feel sorry for him. Because he knows in and of himself, nobody's going to feel sorry for him as a man, especially as a black man. But he says, well, maybe if they see how much I love my daughter, that somebody's going to help me out. You're already dumb enough to put yourself in a position where you have to pay a woman $13,000 a month to take care of your child. $13,000 a month. That's like what, $150K a year, $160K a year you're paying abroad. Right? You're paying a woman almost $160,000 a year just to watch a child. Was it worth all that because she sucked your dick good? Was it worth all that? I don't understand these guys, man.
My baby. Don't take my baby, please. Don't take my baby.
They're crying into the camera like a $2 bitch.
Don't take my baby.
If the baby is yours, you keep saying, don't take my baby. If the baby is yours, you shouldn't have to beg for somebody not to take it. If it's yours, you just take it back. Obviously, you have to cry about it because the baby is not yours. I've already stated this. When a child is born, the child is not yours. The child is really property of the state. The state is entrusting you to raise the child that is the property of the state. A lot of people don't understand that. When your child is born, the child is not yours. It is the property of the state. The state allows you to raise the child with the understanding that you're going to put the child through the school system and allow it to be indoctrinated with a lot of the propaganda that is going to be necessary for the child to become a beneficial part of society moving forward. The child is not yours, and it definitely does not belong to a man. The woman takes precedent over the man in this society, particularly over any man of color, especially the black man. So these are all things that you have to consider before you go and you impregnate a woman, much less sign a corporate contract with her known as marriage. Okay? When you sign a corporate contract with the woman, what they call a marriage, and when you fill out or when you apply for what's known as a marriage license, the word license meaning permission, you're basically making yourself an indentured servant to the woman. This is why the woman can divorce you whenever she wants, for whatever reason that she wants, and she can run you through the court system and make you look like a fucking fool. You have to understand your own value. There's nowhere in the world that as a movie star, Tyrese should have been marrying, quote unquote, a woman. That bro was not going anywhere. Anywhere. Most of these women ain't going anywhere. But they try to make these men, these males, think that they have all these options. The real option that they want is access to your, to your money stream, to your revenue stream. Once again, brothers, that's all it's really about, is the revenue stream. Once again, relationships are not about falling in love. They're about roles and people understanding their roles and respecting their partner. That's it. Love is way more important than being in love. Being in love is like being put under a drug. You come out of that. You come out from under the power and the influence of that drug. Eventually, when you love someone, you're at a steady medium, and the consistency is there. When you're in love, you go through those highs and lows, which lead to mental instability, which lead to things like this, which lead to people getting killed and God knows what else.
Oh, this is all I got.
The man said, this is all I got, talking about his daughter. If your daughter's all you got, then that means that you have no relationship with the Most High, which means that you've been perpetrating a fraud, because there's the same guy who likes to run on the internet and tell people all about having, what they should be doing and how they should be closer to God, and, be trying to give people all types of tidbits of information and advice. Look, man, the most important thing for you as a man is to have the relationship with the Most High and to be able to dwell by yourself with sanity and balance. All right. The scriptures tell you, Proverbs 11:1, the Most High loveth a just weight and a just balance. You have to live your life with balance. You cannot allow something to become so overreaching and so overpowering in your life that you cannot live without it. That is idolatry. That's going to lead to a mental and spiritual breakdown. You can't have that, man.
This is all I got. This is all I got. Don't take my baby, okay? I've been away from my baby for 2 months.
And you've been away from your sanity for much longer than that. Who the hell is he begging to not take his baby away? The woman? Let me tell you something, man. That woman don't give two shits about him. She don't give two shits about him. And for all you brothers out there that are in relationships with women that you love and that you feel like love you, you should always imagine what it would be like if that woman turned on you and hate you. Even if it never happens. What would you do? Where would you go? How would you live? Think about that. You always hope for the best, but you always expect the worst. The woman is like the circuits of the wind. They blow east one day and they blow west the other day. You cannot allow yourself to be carried about, by the wind gusts of the woman. You cannot allow that shit, man. Period. That's going to stop you from being a productive man. It's going to stop you from developing and growing as a man in your life. Because the woman is used to not being held accountable for her actions. She doesn't care. They're whimsical and capricious by nature. I've said that incessantly in my videos. Okay? It doesn't mean that you should hate them or despise them. You just have to understand the nature of the woman. This is why you have to put the Most High first. Adam put Eve first. And you see what happened to him. Okay? The real reason why Adam fell wasn't because he did not understand the Most High. It was because he understood the Most High, but he chose to put Eve on a pedestal. He was an idolater. That's why he fell.
I just want my baby. And no one's listening because no one's in the courtroom. I'm not doing anything illegal.
It don't matter whether you're doing something illegal or not. By the time you get in the courtroom, that's your ass, bro. All right? That's why it's called court. They play games in court. When you want to play a tennis match, you take it to the court. When you want to play basketball, you take it to the court. Courts are for games. That's all they for. If you don't understand the machinations of the courtroom, you are going to lose. Period. If he was thinking with a ruling class mentality all the time that he was dealing with that woman, he would not have been put into that situation. He allowed himself to be carried away by his emotions. Like I said before, some of these guys get their dick sucked well. All of a sudden they think they've met the love of their life. The fuck out of here, man. That broad has sucked a dick before yours and she's going to be sucking dick after yours. Okay, that's the mentality that you have to have. Because you never know how people are going to change on an everyday basis. The only thing that does not change is the Most High. Period. And I've stated this in the past. So many of these guys, like simps, they run around trying to put the woman on a pedestal. Next thing you know, they end up in the white man's courtroom and now all of a sudden they hate women and this and that. No, nigga, your ass never understood the woman. When you understand the woman, there's no room to hate or be in love with them. You're not supposed to be in love with anything in the flesh. Okay? You don't be in love with it. When you're not in love with something, that you don't have to hate it. You just understand it. That's it. When you understand the woman, it is what it is. It's like mathematics. That's all. The woman is going to do, for the most part, what's best for her. She's an opportunist, and like I've stated in the past, they are chameleons. Same way that she feel about you, she felt about somebody before you, and she gonna feel about somebody after you. Now, when the woman gets to be around 45, then she starts to reflect on her life, and then she looks back and she says, "Oh, I fucked that up. Oh, I had a good man here. I should have made it work out with him." Things of that nature. The actress Gwyneth Paltrow recently came out, maybe like a month ago, and admitted that she fucked up all her relationships and that she fucked up the Brad Pitt relationship. She came out and said that. Now how old is she? She's around 45, 46, somewhere around there. This is when they start to mature. Okay? I didn't say that they're mature at 45. I said they start to mature. Like I saw a lot of these guys in the comments in the Gabrielle Union video, "I don't see any maturation. Sorry, bro." Well, you got to pay attention to the title, dude. The title said women start to mature at 45. It didn't say they're mature at 45.
Doing anything illegal, but I don't want nobody. Oh my God, am I doing something illegal by doing this video, or am I protected by the First Right Amendment or the amendment?
This nigga's out of his fucking mind. Am I protected by the First Right Amendment? Oh boy. Now keep in mind, this guy's been in the movie industry. He's been in the entertainment industry for almost 20 years. So would I put it past this situation that he could be under some form of psychological manipulation or some form of going through some form of strategic breakdown? Who knows? But I want to keep this video really just on the level of understanding the dynamics between the man and the woman and how to avoid getting into bullshit like this, because he's certainly just not all there.
Don't take my baby. I'm at $13,000 a month. What more do you want from me?
Your soul. That's what they want from you, nigga. They want your soul. If they ain't get that already. This nigga said, what more do you want from me? Oh, shit. By the time a nigga looking in the camera talking like this, his manhood is gone. Just gone. All right? I bet you the nigga just sit down to pee now. He don't even stand up no more. Nigga sit down to pee. He wearing Tampaxes and every goddamn thing. Man, it's finished. You know? Brothers, please don't let yourself become like this. Always try to think 5-6 steps ahead. Once again, it's not about any emotional allegiance one way or the other. It's not about hate, or it's not about, not wanting to love. If you're in a productive relationship, the love has to be there. What is love? All love is sacrifice, loyalty, and humility. Right? Foresight. When you have those things, your relationship gonna be fine. Relationships are not easy, but they're also not very complex. You know, you laying in bed with your woman. God forbid she has a headache. You get up, you get some aspirin for her. Right? You're on your way home from wherever you coming from. She says she's not feeling well. You know, you buy some tea, you buy some fruit, you buy something that you know is gonna make her feel better. You guys go out to eat, have a nice conversation. That's life, man. It's not complex. People make relationships complex because they have no discipline. You know, you're on the bus or the train, you're on mass transit heading to your place of employment, whatever. You're on your daily comings and goings. Some chick walks down the other way and she looking you up and down. You have to think to yourself, is this worth dealing with this female when I already have something that I like? And I already know that if I deal with this extra female, I may lose this thing that I like, because the female that I'm dealing with is not on the level to understand that I can have more than one woman. And I'm really not willing to bring that other dynamic into my life. Everything in life is about decision making and discretion. Now, we all know that a man can have more than one woman, but if you're dealing with a woman who's not on the level to deal with that, if she has not matured enough to that level where she doesn't feel like she can handle that, then you have to decide if it's worth bringing another woman into your circle and risk that. That all those things are up to you. Those are all decisions that you make as a man and as a king. A king has to make decisions. All right? This brother here don't know how to make decisions. That's why he got a damn phone in his face right now crying like a little hoe.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. My Shayla. My Shayla.
And look, the man got a hoodie on, Shayla Rocks, and Rocks is in all pink. I guess because he acting like a pussy right now. I don't know. Look, brothers, once again, there's nothing wrong with weeping, right? A loved one may pass away, you weep. Something traumatic may happen in your life, God forbid, a loved one, or maybe even you get badly injured or hurt. You may reach a revelation in your life. God may show you something. You may have been lost your whole life, and the Most High show you something, and you finally find meaning to your life, and you cry. Right? Christ wept over Lazarus. David wept over certain things that happen in his life. There's nothing wrong with a man weeping. But when you put your emotional state, and it's a fragile state, on public display, and it's over setting up something fleshly on a pedestal and really just trying to use your daughter to gain attention for yourself, I'm sorry, I can't respect that. That shows that you really don't understand the value of your own manhood. All right? Manhood is very, very important. And the so-called black man, many so-called black men today have not been taught the value of their manhood. They've always been taught to worship the woman.
Nobody's showing up for me. I got all these millionaire friends. I got billionaire friends.
Well, clearly, nigga, you don't have any millionaire or billionaire friends. You just answered your own question. You said nobody's showing up for you. You got all these millionaire and billionaire friends. Obviously, you don't have any friends. Shows you when this guy's running around giving everybody all this advice, he don't really know what the fuck he's talking about. And he don't even believe half the shit he's saying. He's just trying to act like he knows what he's talking about. But you know what? Then again, he's another woke nigga anyway. He's woke. So I really shouldn't even take him to task because he's woke. He's another nigga that just talks shit all damn day. All right? That's why he's crying like a $2 hole right now, because he put the woman on a pedestal. I told you, brothers, all these woke internet revolutionary niggas, they put the woman on a damn pedestal. They want the woman to stand up above them so that she could be right in line to get her pussy sniffed. Shit is pathetic, man.
Been there for you. Why nobody's there for me? Oh my God. Oh my God.
This nigga sound like he got menstrual cramps. Oh my God. Oh. Why did Donald Trump outlaw those whole tablets that I was taking to help with my endometriosis? That's what the chicks that got mad at that video I did on Donald Trump and the whole pills, the birth control pills. They got mad. I said, but no, we take those pills because it helps us with our cramps. Get the fuck out of here. Women been getting menstrual cramps for thousands of years. All of a sudden, you need them pills for your menstrual cramps. No, you don't. You need them pills because you fucking about 5 niggas right now at the same time, and you don't know, you don't want all of them to skid up in you. You're not gonna know who the hell's baby it is. Damn baby come out like Frankenstein with the body parts of 5 different people and shit.
Oh, all right. That's what I gotta do, baby. This is for you. This is for everybody, every man out there who's presented facts like me. Okay?
What facts? What is this man talking about? Y'all gotta excuse me because this is the first time that I'm watching this video. The man said this for every man like me who's out here presenting facts. The only thing that you've done so far over the course of 2.5 minutes is cry like a bitch and beg, and now you showing some old ass pair of Converse.
Married man, I've moved on with my life. I do not hate her mother, because if I hate her mother, then that's saying a lot about how I feel about my own daughter. This is not.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. But you know, that's once again, that's simp rationale for you. When you're a simp, you have no form of reasoning or logic, and he'll conform to the feminazi and super feminist, super liberal feminist doctrine about how if you don't like this woman, that means you hate your mother, and then you hate all women. And see, this guy's lost in the sauce, and he allows other people to dictate his thought process to him. This is why it's so easy for him to be manipulated. Okay? He says that he don't hate their mother. Well, let me tell you something, bro. The mother hates you. All right? She hates you. Just to let you know. Now, you should not hate her per se, but you should understand that she is not your friend. She's your enemy. Okay? If you walk in your house and there's a rabid dog in your house, you don't hate that, just because you kill the dog doesn't mean you hate dogs. You just understand that dog is your enemy and that it's trying to attack you. So you have to either stay away from that dog or you got to destroy the dog. So he has to figure out what he has to do about that so-called wife of his. But it's too late now, because if he'd understood the nature of the woman, he wouldn't have married her in the first place.
You can decide to make this about woman versus man. If that's the theme, that's going to be something that you come with. That's not what I don't hate you, Norma. I don't know why you hate me, but I don't hate you.
Nigga said, I don't know why you hate me, but I don't hate you. Hey, bro, once somebody declares that they hate you, it don't matter whether you hate them or not. This is what I just said. Once you are able to deduce that somebody hates you, it does not matter whether you hate them or not. You have to stay away from that person. Tyrese is in the situation right now. He's in the predicament where he cannot stay away from the person because she has power over him through the daughter. All right? Brothers, I believe I've mentioned this before, but let me say this again. You don't know how a woman feels about you until she gets pregnant by you or you marry her. You have no idea how she really feels about you until one of those two things happen. Because after those two things happen, that's when the real her will come out. Okay? If you're with a woman and she's just your so-called girlfriend and she decides that she doesn't want to be with you anymore, she did you a favor. She did you a favor. You should thank the Most High and you should buy her a thank you card. Because she could have acted, especially if she saw that you're simple-minded, she could have played a role for years and years and got you to impregnate her and then just show you who she really was and shitted on you. It happens to all type of guys out here every day. Okay? It's why, once again, you put the Most High first. You don't ever put a woman in the position where she has that level of power to control your emotional state, much less your spiritual state. The only thing that you have, really, that you have to protect is your spirit and your soul at all times. You have to protect those things. It takes you years and years and years and years and years to really get to know a woman. Right? It takes you years to really get to know anyone. I mean, shit, some of you guys might be 20, 25 years old and you still finding out things about your mother, your father, different parts of your family. Much less a woman who spends most of her time hiding certain aspects of her persona because she knows that if people find out how she really is, she'll never get to deceive anyone. And if she doesn't get to deceive you, she's not going to get what she wants out of life. Okay? That's why, once again, the scriptures tell you in Ecclesiastes 7:26 to 28, Solomon said, I find more bitter than death the woman, right? Whose hands are as bands. Meaning what? She's always trying to entrap somebody, to trick somebody. That is the power of the woman, is in deception. Right? Once again, it's not about any type of gender hate or anything like that. It's just about information and knowledge. When you brothers understand the nature of the woman, you'll be able to deal with them. Just like when you go to the pet store, you're a little kid and you want to get a pet. You have to understand what comes with having those type of pets. You want a dog, you want a cat, you want a parakeet, you want a snake. You have to understand the nature of those animals so that you know how to properly dwell with that animal. Same thing with the woman. Are you prepared for her emotional ups and downs? And are you prepared for her childlike ways? Are you mature enough to handle that? Because oftentimes you have to be adult enough for both you and her, or the relationship is not going to last. You have to establish the rules of engagement with the woman. If not, it's not going to work. You have to be very, very patient to actually have a relationship last with a woman. Very, very patient. Because most of them, like I stated, they're at the level of a child. Right? When I say a child, I mean like an adolescent. Just the truth. They get bored, and when they get bored, they get into a lot of trouble. Because by nature, they tend to make bad decisions.
But you just can't wake up on September 11th and just decide to accuse me of doing something that I didn't do. And I have...
Sure she can. Sure she can. That's why she woke up on September 11th, because she's a terrorist. Hey, brother, let me say this real quick. All a feminist is a terrorist. That's all it is. That's why both them words end in IST. Same shit. Feminist, terrorist. Both the same. What do feminists do? They make demands of you that oftentimes they know you can't fulfill. They have ideologies in their head that nobody else agrees with. And if you don't want to conform to what they say, they're going to try to make your life a living hell. Same shit. Feminist, terrorists. And I've always said this. I'm just like America. America says we don't negotiate with terrorists. Well, neither do I. I don't negotiate with terrorists, a.k.a. feminists. That's why I tell these bros when they come on the channel with their little stupid ass comments, this is not the channel for the gender war. Go find your man. He can go put up with that silly shit. You know why? Because at least he's getting some nuts that he's busting on you. All right? I'm not busting on nuts with you, so you can go kick rocks. I don't care what you think about any topic. All right? Have a nice day. Goodbye. Simple as that. That's why the broad woke up on September 11th and accused him of something his ass didn't do. Because her ass is a terrorist. Once he put that ring on her finger, he gave her authority over his life. Period. You got this nigga breaking down in the video. He might as well just start singing. I mean, shit.
I haven't been able to say anything. I haven't been able to say anything. Oh my God, I never cry. Let me ask all my niggas out there.
I bump all that. You talking about I never cry. Let me ask all my niggas. No, man. Those two things, they don't go in the same sentence. But you should say I never cry. Let me ask all my bitches out there, because right now you acting like a hoe. Don't ask nobody nothing who got a pair of balls between their legs if they like to cry on camera. I'm sorry. No. Hell no. Brother, you have a lot of things you need to work on. You pushing 40. You damn near 40 years old, collapsing like a little hoe on camera, and you're supposed to be a celebrity. What do you think? How do you think a casting director is going to look at you when they see some shit like that? You have to show some type of composure. Now, actors are known for having mental breakdowns, so that's why I said it would not surprise me if a lot of this is, some form of manipulation. I'll leave it at that for now. But this is just not a good look for him. And the people that he's trying to go back and forth with, he can't win that. Trying to go back and forth with The Rock and these other people, The Rock is firmly embedded in the entertainment industry. The Rock has connections upon connections, high-level connections, all right, all over the industry. High-level Luciferian The Rock is. So you barking up the wrong tree with that guy. You're not going to win that one.
Yeah, it's my niggas that really know me. Listen to me. JJ, Siege.
Who the fuck you talking about, JJ? You talking about Jimmy Walker? Look, man, they better get this man to a psychiatrist.
Siege Monstrosity. Who else? This is called, I learned a lot in court. Oh my God, this is called character. This is called a character check. Let me talk about character. Let me talk about my manager, Jerome Martin, who's really my father. I didn't have a father, but let me talk about.
That's clear. That's the first thing that you said that makes any sense in this video. It's obvious that your ass didn't have no father. All right? That shit is clear as day. That's why it's very, very important for brothers to really understand and meditate on the type of woman that you're with and that you're having a child with. You gotta look at that woman up and down and say, is this bitch gonna try to run me off and run me out once she gets pregnant because she doesn't want a man? And this is the most important thing for brothers to understand. The reason why the woman starts to act crazy after she gets impregnated by you or when you marry her is because the woman in this society is a feminist and they're trained to not want to have to live in a home with a man. They don't want that male authority. That's how they're trained. Does that mean every woman? No. But the vast majority of them, that is how they're trained. They're trained to drive the man out the home because they don't want that man's authority in the house. And unfortunately, a lot of men in this society don't really have the wisdom, the wherewithal, or the control of their own spirit to be able to dwell in the house with a woman and balance out the woman's chaotic energy. Because you have to have a calm spirit to dwell with these women because they're promoting chaos. There's no doubt about that. And if you're a dude that was raised around women your whole life, you're going to emit that same chaotic energy and you're not going to be able to counterbalance the woman. And beyond that, you're not even going to be able to foresee all the crazy shit that she has in store for you.
My father, Jerome Martin, I love you, Jerome. What I know about my life and what I know about business and class and sophistication, and I know I'm not perfect. I know I piss people off all the time, but rather you.
Yeah, nigga, you pissing me off right now. All right, so I know you definitely piss people off all the time because you pissing me off right now, acting like a $2 hoe. This nigga crying again, covering his mouth. Come on, man, get it together, brother.
You think of me? yeah, some of y'all are like, oh, he got the ugly cry face. I do got the ugly cry face.
Yes, nigga, you definitely got the ugly cry face. Jerome Martin need to come to your house and bust you over the top of the head with a champagne bottle and knock you out. And when you wake up, read you a storybook or something. I don't know. Jack and Jill went up the hill because you're acting like a little boy right now. He need to read you a children's book and make you a cup of hot chocolate and tuck your ass in.
I'm sorry. Oh, he's got the ugly cry face. You motherfucking right. I look ugly when I cry because I'm crying for my baby. And if they doing this shit to me, if they taking my baby, or because she wakes up and decides on September 11th, this is what I feel like saying about Tyrese. Nobody.
Yeah, I already told you. She waited till September 11th because she's a terrorist. Look, I can't stress this enough, brother. The feminist woman is a terrorist. They want to try to dictate terms to you. And they have sleeper agents and all that. The sleeper agent terrorist is what? Is the one who tries to act nice, and you know how a lot of these chicks are when you first meet them. Oh yeah, let's go. Oh, we don't have to go out. I'll just come over your place. I'll do this for you. I do that for you. After a while, they get tired of acting. I say that shit all the time. Every year, when you watch the Oscars, when they have award for best actress in a motion picture, it should just say the feminist liberal woman. It shouldn't be no individual bitch that get it. Just we're gonna give an honorary award to all the liberal bitches out there, because they all acting every day of the week. They acting. All right, and if you don't understand that, you're gonna fall for the act. You're gonna end up like Tyrese, out here crying, making a damn slave face, looking like Oprah in The Color Purple.
He wants to hire me, Norma. Congratulations. Oh.
Somebody need to hit this nigga in the neck with a tranquilizer dart.
Oh my God. Be clear, guys. Stay very, very clear. You got a job to do. To troll, to create whatever concepts that you have in mind. I understand he's charming. I understand he's handsome. I understand he's got muscles. I understand he keeps orchestrating for random 10-year-olds to wait outside of his trailer with signs that he put in their hands. I understand he uses steroids. Guys, listen.
Yeah, the man is coming at The Rock. Yeah, you gotta understand something about The Rock. I already said this before. Yeah, is The Rock on steroids? Absolutely. Stevie Wonder could look at him and see he's on steroids. The Rock is pushing 50 and he got more muscle mass and more vascularity in his body now than he had when he was 22. He clearly is on roids. There's no doubt about that. And he also is clearly a pansexual. Okay? The Rock has done at least one film where he cross-dressed. The Rock is all over the place. He has spread his ass. He has spread them ass cheeks for stardom. There's a little doubt in my mind about that. Allegedly. Remember, he got his start with the WWE with Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon also a pansexual and a high-level Luciferian, Mason, all that. All that stuff is connected. This is why he's able to transition over from WWE to the entertainment industry. All right, Vince McMahon just makes a call to one of his Hollywood buddies and says, "Hey, look, I got a real lollipop here. I got a new lollipop for you to suck on. In another 5 years, I'm gonna send you another one named John Cena." Okay, that's how those guys roll. They're all pansexuals, believe it or not. Okay, so Tyrese is barking up the wrong trees, trying to start shit with The Rock. Tyrese needs to remember what happened to his boy Paul Walker when they put him on the funeral pyre for Heru. That was a sacrifice. When they burn him alive like that, that was a sacrifice. But, that's neither here nor there. If Tyrese continues to have this breakdown, they will deal with him eventually.
At the end of the day, he's a man first. Okay? And I'm a man first. And we had a man.
Well, if he's a man first, I don't know if you're a man first, because you spent the first 5 minutes crying looking like RuPaul without the wig on, just looking like a straight up bitch. I don't know what to say to you about that, brother. I don't know how you can expect to be respected after this. Okay? There's a way that you ask for help. Nobody wants to see a grown man breaking down and crying. Now, you might get emotional. You love your daughter. In your private moments, you might shed a tear. You recollect, you get your shit together. Get your stuff right. You get on camera and you say, look, here's the situation to my fans. I'm being put through a very, very bad legal situation by my ex-wife. I just want to see my daughter, Then you sign off. If you want to go back to crying like a hoe, go ahead and do that. That's your business. But getting on camera and doing it, that's not good.
The man, and he went back on his word. And for that, if my daughter don't matter, your daughters are not gonna matter either. Hello, Dwayne.
Yo, the man tried to sound like Bane from The Dark Knight Rises. Yo, what is wrong with this dude Tyrese, man? He spent the last minute of the video covering his phone camera with his blanket, talking about if my daughter doesn't matter, your daughter's not gonna matter. And when Gotham is in ashes, then you'll have my permission to die. Yo, these guys are characters, man. Point being is this, brothers. Just stay on your P's and Q's, man, to the best of your ability. None of us are perfect. We all make mistakes in life. Anything that you survive is just a lesson. Don't look back. Always look forward. And just do the best you can. That's all we can do. But don't embarrass yourself and emasculate yourself for mercy or for sympathy. It's not going to happen. Nobody's going to feel sorry for the so-called black man in this society. The elite of this society know who the black man was at one point. So the black man has to constantly be kept in a state of instability to stop him from attaining even a modicum of what existed before. Talking about that rulership during the Middle Ages and prior to the Greco-Roman Empire of basically the 2nd century BC to the end of the 1st century AD. Okay, so that's really all it's about, and I'll be going a little bit more into depth on that later. But we live in a commercial society. Court is really just an official center for you to be billed or taxed. Tyrese has no chance of winning there. He's the one who has all the money, so he's the one who the court is going to tax. Now, if it was the rare case that she had all the money and he was broke, then he might have had a chance to reverse it. Right? That's what happened to, I believe, Halle Berry. But it is what it is. Just use foresight. But anyway, brothers, peace.